Hello, time for another video. So we've got quite a lot of introductions to get through. What I'm going to do, I think, in the future, I'm going to restrict the number of introductions to 10. There's over 20 here. I think I simply don't have time. This is an exception. I'm just going to make this one video and I'm going to comment on all the introductions, but in future I'm just going to restrict it to 10 and that will be enough. That's all I've got the time for. So as always, we'll take a look at the question first and I'll show you my introduction and then we'll take a look at yours. Okay, so what do we have? We have a discussion essay and opinion. Some people think that art is an essential subject for children at school, while others think it is a waste of time. Both use and give your opinion. So let's have a look at mine first. Some people think, according to some, okay, we've changed that. So art is an essential subject for children at school. I've paraphrased that to art is a vital lesson to be taught at school. What else have we got? Others think it's a waste of time. Teaching art to children is a waste of time and effort. Now, before you start saying that's virtually identical, yes, it is. You don't have to change every single word because that would be nonsensical. However, the general idea is to paraphrase as much as possible, so you can change the word order. So here I've changed the word order. What else have I done? Yeah, I basically changed the word order and thought of synonyms. I haven't really changed any word forms like I sometimes do. Well, I think it's a waste of time. That was okay. My opinion. Now, we need to have a sentence that mentions your opinion, because you have to come down on one side or another, and you have to give some idea of where the essay is going. So, in my view, art can stimulate a child's creativity. So that's what I will be talking about in paragraph 2. All right, that's what I would be talking about there. But not necessarily to be taught in school, as other lessons should be prioritised. So that's what I would talk about in paragraph number 3. So you can see I'm kind of hedging a little bit, and if I were to write this essay, I would probably say, well, yeah, art's essential, but not at school. And it's a waste of time to be taught in school because other lessons should come first at school. So that's probably the direction that I would take this in. Now, unless you're completely confident in your English, I usually advise not to sit on the fence, as I would be doing here. But that's how I would approach it. Okay, let's take a look anyway. An enormous beauty of the world is caused by artworks. Okay. Irrelevant. Many people. Well, it's not many, it's only some. Art is crucial in schools. Others consider it as a futile course. Futile course for the young generation. Well, it should be younger, but it's for school kids. So a futile course, that's not good in terms of collocation. I am convinced that not only does it improve the atmosphere of study places, what you mean schools, because that's what it's talking about. Many artists can be emerged from students. Why is that passive? Can be emerged from students? It's not students, it's at school. Students we usually think of at university. So, that needs a bit of attention there. Sometimes argued, well, it's kind of an argument, whether art should be an indispensable part of the school curriculum. While some people opine, well, you mean some people think opine. Nobody uses that nowadays. But putting art in the syllabus, don't forget your articles, would be a waste of time. My opinion is advantageous to their inventiveness. Okay, that's okay. It will be interesting to see where the rest of this essay goes. Advantageous to their inventiveness. People have mixed opinions about teaching art to students. Well, it's school children. Again, not quite the same thing. Some believe that art is the opposite of the as a form of knowledge. Well, it doesn't say that they regard it as a form of knowledge. It just says that they think it should be taught in schools. Some think it's essential. Some think it's a waste of time. I think teaching art beneficial. Some people approach students' creativity and the sense of art. Okay, that's interesting. Again, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. And again, student, it's, at schools, children at school. Students are usually considered to be, in your teens, late teens, early 20s. That's, what we consider to be students at uni. Okay. According to some, it is believed that the majority of studying at school should be art learning. Well, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say the majority of studying at school. If you mean the majority of lessons should be about art, let's have a look. It says it's essential. It doesn't say it should be a majority of studying. Some other people think that not used, but also wasting time for students. Now, again, don't confuse students with children, school kids. If it was at university, or people say there should be no art courses at uni, then students. But in here, in the West, we don't usually call kids at school students. They're pupils. That's one of the differences in language. So students at uni, pupils at school. Okay. I completely agree with those who say, because they're saying it in general all the time, so it would be present and simple. But learning art is a kind of wasting time. Well, is it wasting time? And in this essay, right. Empty phrase, empty memorized phrase. Don't use this. Examiners hate this because you're not telling me anything. In this essay, I will tell you what I'm going to tell, but I'm not going to tell you now. Hey? I will explore my reasons and prove my opinion. So you should have this here now in the introduction. That's what you should have. So always try to avoid these kind of empty phrases or sentences or clauses as it is here, because it's a waste of words. It doesn't say anything. On to the next. The provoke controversy issue. Well, it's not. It's not provoking controversy. The IELTS people do not choose controversial subjects at all, so don't say that, because that's guaranteed to upset the examiners. But it requires attention to the importance of art in schools. Some individuals believe in that art is a careless synonyms, not so good. Careless subject. Others and I agree with that it's crucial matters. Well, again, that's not very natural in terms of collocation. And then we've got the usual. Discuss both sides and their thoughts and indicate the reasons behind my thoughts. Well, why don't you simply tell us what your thoughts are instead of empty sentence, waste of words? So I think you need to look at your vocabulary, because that provoke controversy issue. A controversial issue or a controversy provoking issue. So word order, word form, careless subjects, crucial matters. They don't collocate. According to some, art and necessary subject for students will suggest it could be a time at school. Very good, Ray. Very good. That's very good. Excellent. That will certainly do the job. I don't have to say anything more. Paraphrase the topic. Opinion, art's important. More creativity. Okay. Now, I would make sure when you write the essay that you talk about art is important at school, because it's not just talking about art. It's specifically. And some people do fall into this trap. They start writing about how art is important for society, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's, good, that stuff, but it's not talking about that. It's talking about art. Should it be taught in school or not? So make sure that you keep that in mind. Undeniable. Alright, so it should be film vigorous way. Okay, so in my perspective, well, in my view or from my perspective, that's how you would do that. In my view or from my perspective, art lessons should be taught in schools now film vigorous way of thinking, because why? So that's only half an introduction. Sentence one's good, clear opinion, but you don't really take it further and say what the opposite view, what you're going to be discussing in the essay, etc. So let's have a look. So some people believe that art is an inseparable. Right, inseparable. What does that mean? An inseparable. Inseparable means that you cannot separate it from school, but that's not quite the same thing as saying it's was it again? Essential. Inseparable is not necessarily essential, so that's not quite the same thing as a synonym. However, others think that it is time consuming and disturbs students. Don't forget, if it's abstract noun, it should be plural. Subjects, students. Okay. In my view, art is helpful for children in their mental development. Okay, but again, that's only half an introduction. We only have one very vague idea. What about paragraph number 3? Because you've got to talk about both views. So that's not bad, but it could be a little bit better if you fill it out a bit. In my opinion, both art and science are essential for children. Well, it doesn't say anything about science, so that's irrelevant. Choice between the characters, irrelevant. This should be in a body paragraph, right? This should be in a body, not the introduction. This should be a body paragraph. I'm not even going to comment on it. Introduction should restate the topic, express a clear opinion, and give some idea of where the essay is going. This should be a body paragraph, not an introduction. Art is the mean source. Well, I think you may mean main source for boosting children's creativity in the educational system. Something like arts, time consuming activity. Arts. I think that the arts more assist to shape. Okay. Well, these first two sentences are good. However, so arts are the main source. Some people think it's time. Some ways. I think that the arts more assist to shape the young generation. This is very difficult. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say here. I think that the arts are more helpful or more useful to shape the younger generation's imaginal skills rather than wasting time. But I'm not going to write out that sentence for you. But that certainly needs a bit of attention. It's not very clear as to what it means. Despite the increasing consideration to art fields, where does it say that? And it will be to the field of art. Where does it say that in the topic? Some mention what? What do they mention? Putting art in school curriculum. Well, they don't mention, they say, they believe, they argue. They don't mention. Some say that putting art in the school curriculum seems a waste of time. Well, right, it either seems or it is. Is it or not? It doesn't seem. So is a waste of time. But I argue for others' belief that learning art during school time is an essential subject for children. Others' belief? Okay. According to some, learning art is a critical. Again, it's not the same. Doesn't mean the same. Doesn't mean essential. Critical is not essential. However, others think it is fritter time away. Well, that's too informal, and I'm not sure. Others think it fritters time away, or it helps to fritter time away. That's not very good. To my mind, art can develop children's creativeness and help them understand value of feelings. What? The value of feelings? Okay, you'd have to expand that in your body paragraphs, but okay. That's not too bad in in general, but that doesn't work, and that doesn't work either. Well, many people think that art must play a crucial role in children's education at school. Well, it doesn't say it must play a crucial role. It says that it's an essential subject, not necessarily the same thing as playing a crucial role in children's schedule. What? A curriculum is not the same as schedule. Not the same. At school, others say not kills their hours. You mean waste time? I strongly believe that art classes not only schools more interesting educational places. Okay, no, so that will be interesting to see where that goes. If I want to talk about this, no comments except that's nothing to do with the topic. Well, no idea what you're talking about there. I'm not even going to say anything. The role of art in modern life is unique. This should be in the body paragraph, not your introduction. Apart from the fact that you've spelt it wrong. That's not what you need in the introduction. The role of art in modern life is unique, but what's that got to do with teaching it to kids in school? Providing people, it's talking about kids at school with entertainment. Well, if you're being taught it at school, it's hardly entertaining. Anyway, so that doesn't belong in the introduction. Doesn't say extravagant, doesn't say anything about expenditure. Some say it's a waste of time, which is unnecessary. Government funding, where does it say that? It doesn't say anything about that in the topic, not a word. And this tells me nothing. Absolutely nothing. It doesn't tell me what your opinion is. It doesn't say anything about it's off topic. It doesn't tell me what your opinion is. So no, that's not very good at all. According to some art-related subjects, have a main it doesn't say the main component. It says there. Well, again, let's go back. Essential. It doesn't say the main component. Essential, main component of the school. That's not quite the same thing. The main component of the school curriculum. And we should have taught at schools as it helps develop pupils' creativity. Or some people, and that's misspelt, by the way. And some people believe that it is a waste of time since it disturbs children it doesn't say anything about prerequisite physics. It doesn't say this. It doesn't say this. It says it's a waste of time, which is not the same thing. Now it doesn't actually say this. It doesn't say that in the topic. You can say it later in your body paragraphs, but it doesn't say that in the topic. I agree with the opinion of a second group, believing art cannot assist the students who have no interest in it. What does that mean? Should it be taught in school or not? That's what it's in. So I'm not really sure what that means. What your opinion is there. It's not very clear. Still got a few left. Let's see what we've got. According to some, art should be an essential part of the school curriculum. Okay. Okay. You've got to watch. You're paraphrasing, but that's not bad. Not bad. These waste of time, in my view. That's pretty close to the original words, but not overly so. In my view, that's pretty good. That's not bad. Not bad. So what you'd be talking about in paragraph 2, it can improve the creativity of the kids. However, in paragraph 3, you're talking about it shouldn't be obligatory because not all kids have artistic talent. Pretty good. So take note. That's pretty good. I would use that as a model. Some are in favour, some people are in favour of the importance of art in education for the younger generation, which is not necessarily children, while others consider it not to be valuable. Well, in fact, they say it's a waste of time. Oh, and we spell it with a U, because we're English, not American. Personally, I reinforce the former statement. What, you mean in your view? Then say so. Due to the fact that art is the main responsible chain. No idea what that means. So, to enhance individuals' creativity and teach valuable life lessons. Okay, but you would have to be careful when you write this, because you're not specifically said anything. So, it's about, should it be taught in school or not? So that's the focus. School. So should children, kids, not art in education full stop, but children at school, should it be taught to them, or is it a waste of time? So everything that you write has to keep coming back to that main idea. So you'd have to be careful when you were writing this to make sure that it was clear in your body paragraphs where it's going. According to some, art courses are not particularly a priority. Doesn't say that. Are not a priority. It doesn't say that. It says they are a waste of time, which is not the same thing. Not particularly a priority doesn't mean the same as a waste of time. Others believe it to be an absolutely necessary part of the. Don't forget to put your definite article before school curriculum, because it's a particular noun. Since art allows young people to explore, I shouldn't believe by no means it should be neglected in schools. Okay, so apart from that, that's not bad. Not bad at all. It does the job, essentially. So, according to some, the fact that students study is art. It's like it's a waste of time. Art students come to mates. Okay, yeah, that's not bad at all. It tells me what I need. Paraphrases the topic. You've got a view. You come down on yes. It's crucial. But you'd have to be careful to make sure that you go into the opposite view in the rest of the essay. Been faced with one of the long-standing challenges. Well, it's not. It doesn't say that in the topic. It doesn't say anything about a challenge, long-lasting, about education. Doesn't say that at all. And it doesn't say that either. Doesn't mention that. Valve and waste of a sentence. You're not telling me anything. So you need to simply neither adding nor taking away anything from the topic. Simply restate it. Make your opinion clear and give some idea of what you'll talk about for paragraph 2 and 3. That's it. And don't use empty sentences. People have differing views. I think that is essential. How to express themselves. Right. Very good. Very good. I have no comment to add. That's good. We've got the topic restated. Clear opinion. This essay is going to talk about this and this. Right. That's what the examiner wants. Exactly that. So we've got 3 left. By a portion of people. What portion? Some people. Or simply say according to some. That children are, or should be, I think maybe it's better, should be required to learn and study art. And it's a subject, so simply art, during their school. At school. However, according to others, it is not beneficial, but it is harmful in the classes period. Now, what does that mean? You mean it's a waste of time? In my view, the arts can develop the talents of all students and make them socialise more, and it have pretty impact on their future lives. And it has and I don't know what that means. What's a pretty impact? No idea what that means. It is considered by many that art is a crucial subject that should be included in the school curriculum. Don't forget your articles. However, point out the subject is not important. Well, it doesn't say it's not important, it just says it's a waste of time, which is kind of similar, but not exactly the same thing. Oh, and then we've got an empty sentence. Waste of words. No point. That was pointless in writing that sentence because it's telling me nothing. At school, no negatives, I disagree. Don't know what that's got to do with anything. That should be in a body paragraph if you want to talk about that. In this regard, some disagree to teach art. It's not about teaching art. Maybe isn't it not used to skill to? Yeah, well, not saying anything more about that. It's not doing as it should. Restate the topic, clear opinion, tell me where the essay is going, and that's it. So it's quite a long video, 25 minutes. I'm not doing this again. I'm only going to do 10 in future because this is far too long. So here we go. This is my introduction here. I'll just leave it here so you can have a look, and we'll have another topic. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video every day now. We will see. But there'll be a fresh topic posted later, and I'll check your introductions later. Also, note, from this week on, tomorrow, we're going to start looking at other aspects of writing and possibly speaking too. And I'm going to be hosting live sessions on Zoom. You can subscribe to those if you like. And we're going to be moving on in terms of IELTS. Okay, I'll see you later.